up all night singing songs on the terrace.
Hey everyone, we're going to be setting up some wellness planner printables and planning in some activities to reduce your stress and improve your well-being. Today's video is based on a request from Maria for using planning for anxiety and depression. Since cognitive behavioral therapy, also known as CBT, is often used to treat depression and anxiety, I wanted to show you how you can incorporate it into your planner. But even if you don't have anxiety or depression, you can still benefit from the techniques that we're discussing in today's video, and that's because it's based on this book called The Growth Mindset, which is written to help everyone. In the foreword of this book, best-selling author Dr. Carol Dweck talks about how cognitive behavioral therapy can help you thrive in terms of achievement and well-being. The links to today's 12 free printables and to the free sticker template can be found in the description down below. And just a reminder, the Personalize My Planner Etsy shop is opening next Saturday, so I'm going to leave the link to that down below too, so that you have the URL ready to go for the launch at 9 a.m. next Saturday. This book, The Growth Mindset Workbook, is written by Dr. Elliot Moskwa, who established a cognitive therapy fellowship program at Harvard Medical School, and she was also mentored by Dr. Beck, who is considered to be the father of cognitive behavioral therapy. And this book is all about giving you strategies so that you can switch from what is called a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Dr. Elliot Moskwa describes in her book that when you have a fixed mindset, you perceive your skills and characteristics as permanent and unchangeable. So for example, you may think that your intelligence or your skill level is set in stone at birth and it doesn't change at all. What this mindset often leads people to do is to avoid situations that will challenge your skills or qualities, or to avoid asking questions and seeking help. And when we settle for the easiest task because we think that an unfavorable response might expose our inadequacies, we may also be limiting our personal growth. Someone with a growth mindset, however, believes that even though they are starting at a specific level of aptitude, they possess the capabilities to improve. So this mindset allows you to not just overcome bigger obstacles, but to adapt and learn as you do so, as well as tap into those available resources or mentors to assist you in that growth. I personally struggle with having a fixed mindset, but I really want to change that, and I believe that there is something really powerful about having a growth mindset, which is why I wanted to share this book with you today. So let's discuss how our planners can help us to use these free worksheets and putting cognitive behavioral therapy into practice. Step 1 is to print out the 12 free printables and add them to your planner. The first 11 printables are being given away by the author for free, although you will need to give them your name and email address to access them. And then the book comes with a lot of examples on how to fill out each of the worksheets. Step 2 is to create a schedule in your planner of when you will be reading the book and working on the activities and the worksheets. And I made a schedule into a printable if you would like to review it. I broke up the tasks into 58 days and then wrote them onto repositionable stickers just in case I get too busy on one of those days and I need to shift the schedule over by a day or two. And the book has 189 pages, so I decided that I'm going to each day either commit to reading about 5 pages or work on a worksheet or one of the action items. I wanted to make it super simple so I don't get overwhelmed. And I'm writing this schedule out onto the stickers and then scheduling it into my monthly calendar. If you want to use these stickers, you could just type up the schedule. You don't have to write it out. It's just personal preference. Some of the days I will be reading, some days I'll be completing worksheets, some days planning, and some days I'll be working on specific action steps. So most of the schedule follows the order of the book, but I did kind of rearrange some of the action items. On the very last days, I scheduled in brainstorming how to put into action each of the main points that I learned from reading the book. And then I'm going to break that down into specific action steps and then assign those action steps into specific days in my planner to work on, including check-in days to see my progress. The book starts with a series of questions to see what your starting point is, so you determine if you have a fixed mindset, and then you complete worksheet number 1, which is a life satisfaction questionnaire. So I'm going to keep that in my collections tab to reference in the future. And then she walks you through setting growth goals, and you can schedule the growth goals into your planner. In chapter 3, you learn how to fill out the growth mindset chart, which is supposed to be used to shift your mindset whenever you find yourself stuck in fixed mindset thinking patterns. So you can print out several of these worksheets and add them to your planner so that they're ready to go. The growth coach worksheet is another type of reframing technique to help you shift your thinking. So for example, you can write down your critical thoughts that you're thinking about yourself and then reframe them into what a compassionate yet strategic coach would tell you. So in the book, she uses this example where she says, if I had an ounce of brains, I wouldn't have missed this teacher-parent conference. Miguel's teacher will think I'm a bad mother. And then she reframes those thoughts into, it's upsetting that I missed the teacher-parent conference. This doesn't mean I'm a bad mother. I really care about Miguel's progress. I will reach out to his teacher, apologize, and see if I can reschedule in person or by phone. One way to incorporate this reframing activity is to add it to the bottom section of your weekly planner. Just draw a line down the center and then write down what your automatic negative thought is on the left side, and then reframe that into something that a compassionate yet strategic coach would tell you in response. She walks you through several other techniques, including creating an action plan. So overall, I really like this book. I love how it's translatable into real life actions. That's something that kind of bothers me about other books, is that it's not always obvious how to put what you learned into practice. And if you would like to read a book about cognitive behavioral therapy that is specific for depression and anxiety, I would recommend the book Feeling Good by Dr. David Burns. I'll link that one down below too. If you want more ideas for what you can add to your wellness planner, check out this video next, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to